Hello and welcome to all our viewers from around the world. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and MC here at Gold Learning. And here at Gold, we have an exciting event lined up, our Gold Learning Day of 2021, Human Milk Composition, Navigating the Role of Parental Nutrition. And with me today is one of our speakers here. Welcome, Rosa Sorribas.
Hello, pleased to meet you. I'm very pleased to be here with you today. Thank you.
Rosa, it is wonderful to have you here. You'll be one of our speakers. We're kicking this year off here with this Gold Learning Day of 2021. We're very excited about the topic here. It's all about human milk composition. And before we go into a little bit of what your presentation will be about, tell our listeners just a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 55, so I stopped breastfeeding quite a long time ago, but I have two daughters, which are teenagers now, and I kept breastfeeding. Well, I breastfed both for more than 2 or 3 years. Even in my second daughter, I had cancer, and I was able to keep breastfeeding her while having a chemotherapy treatment. So it was very exciting. Yes, I've been working with several mother groups of mothers, peer-to-peer groups, and I still work with one of them as volunteer here in my area. And I started with this lactation journey, about 19 years ago when my first daughter was born. I used to work in computer science companies around the world. So that was a complete new world for me, breastfeeding, childbearing, and all that stuff. So in that time, about 2003, my husband and myself created a website called Crianza Natural, where we started to share our journey, documents. Now we have also podcasts and interviews, and also a forum with more than 70,000 registered people, and also several objects, baby carriers and clothes diapers and things like that. So on 2008, yeah, just after I recovered from my cancer, I applied for the IBCLC exam and I got it. So since then, I've been teaching breastfeeding and all these amazing things to many, many people around the world. Yeah, it's been really exciting and really nice. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful journey there with us. And thank you also for sharing that very personal story about your cancer experience there and breastfeeding as well. Thank you for sharing that. And I want to say, you have been out there on the forefront for so many years now. And your background as, in the world of computer engineering had really helped you there, right? I mean,
Yes.
that must come on handy now that everybody needs to do telehealth, and especially in the time of COVID. You probably were light years ahead of many of us out there in the field because you've been doing it for decades, right?
Yes, yeah. I started with internet because I started working for a university.
Hmm.
Internet started first at the military and then the university, and then I started working for another huge computer company called Computer Associates, and I was the internet and database
Hmm.
specialist in Europe. So I started launching many companies on the internet. So that's why when we started, with this new world of breastfeeding and attachment parenting and all that stuff, my husband and I had very clear that we had to show the way we knew how we were learning. That's why also recently we are also doing a step forward about helping Spanish-speaking families or women that want to have the IBCLC accreditation, to reach this in a very simple. I mean, having the tools, because
Yeah,
there's lots of tools in English, but not in Spanish.
yeah.
So recently we started a new online training course to reach this goal.
That is all. We can all find that information on your website as well. So for our listeners who are interested in that,
Yeah,
especially our Spanish speaking, yeah, okay.
yeah.
We'll put that in
Our
the
website where we are launching this is a special one. It's called Crianza, and we
okay.
are launching there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you as well for sharing that. So let's talk a little bit about your presentation. Your presentation is milk composition and maternal nutrition, understanding the impact and outcomes. And I understand nutrition and maternal nutrition is there very important for you. It's a very important topic. So tell us a little bit, how did you get to this presentation, this topic, and what are we looking forward to learning here?
Well, first of all, as I explained, I was very interested in how the chemotherapy was affecting my milk.
Hmm.
So I started learning about, the paths of how toxics and drugs and nutrients and everything was going through the lactocyte and the mammary gland. And after that, my husband is also studying nutrition. So we became, very nutrition nerds or something
Hmm.
like that, because we really like, and after the chemotherapy in my stomach and everything changed, and so I had to learn a bit about that. So I was very interested on all that, and also seeing how bad people eat. It
Hmm.
was also a very concern of me about how that bad eating habits can affect breast milk. And surprisingly, it's not so much. There is a bit of this,
Hmm.
especially in this new way of eating, I mean, new last 30, 40 years. But yeah, say.
Hmm. That's That's very, very interesting. Thank you there as well for sharing this here with us. And it's so important to understand that as well, because we have a lot of clients who come to us for advice with, for example, eating disorders, just or diabetes, or other conditions, that are worried that their milk might not be beneficial for their baby. So, or have been told by other healthcare providers, this is, you shouldn't breastfeed because you have a eating disorder, or your diet is bad, or you have diabetes. So, this is important knowledge that you will be sharing there with us.
Yes, yeah. The thing is that I'm more concerned, not just these people that that they know they already have an eating disorder
Uh
or
huh.
any health problem. They already concerned and they
Hmm.
ask for help. And the problem is that sometimes healthcare providers don't have the knowledge. That's
Yeah.
why I think we are going to try to fill this gap. But I'm concerned more those people that think that they are eating well, or
Mm.
they think and then that might not be the case,
Hmm.
because the new habits are not so healthy. The things that
Hmm.
people are telling us that are healthy sometimes might not be as healthy. That's why I'm really interested in, uncover the eyes of first of myself, and then if I can open the eyes to, new knowledge, I'd be really happy.
Thank you so much. I'm definitely looking forward to your presentation. So we're learning about also what we think might be healthy, but maybe not. So you leave us with a little nugget of wisdom here before I let you go. Any final words before we leave here today to our listeners?
Yes, I mean, the idea is that it has to be really, really difficult. I mean, if I was able to breastfeed with a chemotherapy,
Hmm.
you have to eat really, really bad, or even those women who are in settles, in Europe, here in the Mediterranean, we have lots of places where immigrant people have to stay there for years, and their habits are really, really bad. That milk is excellent, it's great, it's much better than any other formula. I mean, if you have to use formula, okay, that's why it is. It's like insulin. If you have to take insulin, okay, go for it. But breast milk is such a great product. It's something so amazing that you have to be really, really bad
Hmm.
to go for another. I mean, to stop breastfeeding. I think that people have to think twice
Hmm.
before stopping breastfeeding. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And you're so right. Breast milk is amazing. And it feels like we're learning more and more and more. We think we know so much, but every year new research is coming out, and there's still more to discover, still more to learn. Thank you so much, Rosa Sorribas, for this wonderful little chat here we had today. Thank you for your time. And we will see you at our Learning Day of 2021.
Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure.
And for our listeners, if you would like to find out more about this Learning Day, we invite you to visit goldlearning.com. There you will find information on this presentations and the other two presentations of this Learning Day. Thank you, everyone, for watching and being here with us today. Bye bye for now.